Okay, so today we're in section 10.2, finding the volume of cones. So many similarities between today's lesson and yesterday's lesson. The first similarity we see in the actual formula, where now we're taking a third of the base times the height. But remember, guys, that capital B, we replace over here with the actual formula to find the area of a circle, because my base is a circle. Okay, you can see that in the diagrams that my base is a circle. So again, your book is not going to say, oh, well, here's the area of your base, plug this number in for B. No, they're going to give you the dimensions, and you have to know that the area of a circle is pi r squared. So that's why we replace the capital B with pi r squared. All right, so this is the formula that you need to know. 1/3 pi r squared h. All right, notice that you have another slanted solid figure. What do you call the slanted solid figure? What do you call it, guys? Oblique. Okay, so a slanted solid figure is an oblique, either a cylinder or a cone, but I calculate the volume the same way. So you're going to see obliques in our examples and in the homework. You still calculate them the same way. All right, any questions so far? Everybody have your formula written down? Okay, so now let's go to example 1. In example 1, I'm finding the volume of a cone. These are two separate problems. So the first one on the left deals with words. It's explaining in words. The one on the right is showing us a picture or basically just a diagram of it. Okay, so these are two separate problems. All right, so in the first one it says find the volume of a cone with a radius of 6 centimeters and a height of 15 centimeters. You have to read it. Round your answer to the nearest tenth. So on your quiz tomorrow, you will lose points if you plug in everything correct, but then you do not round your answer according to the directions. If it says round to the 10th, don't write 100th place. Round it to the 10th, so you've got to pay attention to that. All right? Now, the original problem on your homework and your notes, you do not have to copy these down. Your original problem is, anybody want to guess? What's your original problem? The formula. The original formula. V equals 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay? So write the original formula again. Say, I just read it. Okay, write it again. The more you write it, the easier it's going to be to memorize. And that's a question on your quiz tomorrow. What is the formula for volume of a cylinder and cone? That's a letter grade right there. Okay? So you have to know your formulas. Okay, well, 1/3, I'm just going to rewrite. What is the value that I used for pi yesterday? What is it, guys? 3.14. Okay. Now, did the problem give me a value for radius? All right. Ashley, what was my value for radius in that problem? Very good. 6. So I'm going to go 6 squared. All right. And Nolan, what was my value for height according to the problem? 15. Okay. So now I'm ready to start calculating this. But I have to remember 6 squared is what? Is it 12 or 36?
36.
It's 36. So what I want you to do, guys, is I want you to multiply everything first before we do the 1/3. Okay? So go ahead and multiply 3.14 times 36 times 15. 3.14 times 36 times 15. And what do you get right now? What do you get? Okay? Guess what? If this was a cylinder, that would be your answer. But now we have to go one more step, and we need to take that number and divide it by 3. Go ahead and divide it by 3. Go ahead and divide it by 3. Why do you think I have to divide by 3 for a cone but not a cylinder? Why do you think The cylinder is not divided, but the cone, I have to divide that number by 3. Sam? Yeah, so the cone is losing some of that volume when it's coming up to the peak, right, at the top of the cone. So that's why. Did you get 565.2? All right, and don't forget to label. All right. Go ahead now and do the diagram, the picture. All right, be careful on the radius. All right, watch out for that radius. I'm going to walk around and kind of check on you guys, see how your notes are looking. Go ahead and solve for the volume of the picture of this cone right here. All right, guys, so V equals 1/3 pi r squared h. All right, now here, they did not give us the value for the radius. They gave us the diameter. So what is the radius? 2. I have to half it. To find the radius, 2 squared times 6. And then I get 25.1 because I have to round to the nearest tenth. 25.1. And on your quiz tomorrow, it'll be really specific about what you're supposed to round to. Okay? All right, example 2. Now we're going to find the height. We're going to find the height of a cone. This is going to look familiar to what you did yesterday, to find the height of a cone. All right, so now I have this image over here on the left, and I'm given some different information, but one thing is still the same. I'm still using the same formula. You do not have to copy the image out of your book on your homework. All you have to do is write the original formula and then plug in your numbers and solve. All right, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and plug in your numbers real quick. What did you plug in for V? What number did you plug in for V, guys? What's the volume? Very good. 956 equals 1/3 times what value do we plug in for pi? 3.14 times R. What's my radius? 9 squared times h. Okay, so again, I want to multiply what I can first and then divide it by 3. Okay, so what is 9 squared? Is it 18 or 81? It's 81. So 3.14 times 81, and then divide that number by 3. 3.14 times 81, and divide that number by 3. 84.78 H. All right, Jakari, how many to solve for H at this point in the equation? Divide both sides by 84.78. And H is approximately, and again, I'm going to round to the 10th. Your instructions will be very specific tomorrow, and you need to be careful because sometimes it says 10th and sometimes it says whole number. All right, so just be very careful on that on your quiz tomorrow. All right, finding the height. What do you think example 3 is going to be?
Finding the radius.
Finding the radius. Okay, this is so similar to our lesson yesterday. Do you kind of see, like, if we had had more time yesterday, we totally could have done these lessons together because they are that similar, right? There's so many similarities. Now we're going to find the radius of the cone. Okay, so my process, though, is still the same. I need to start with my original formula and plug in my numbers. So I have 1/3 times pi r squared h. All right, I want you to plug in the numbers. Go ahead and substitute. All right, okay, so now, yeah, this number gets a little weird because we have to square root it. All right, so we have 80 equals 1/3 times 3.14 times r squared, because we don't know radius, times the height. All right, who got that? Who plugged in those numbers accurately? Did you guys get those numbers plugged in? All right, so now I have this r squared in the middle of the expression. So how am I going to go about simplifying that over here? What do you think you're going to do? without hitting the fraction button? What do you think you're going to do? Sam? We talked about... We talked yesterday about the commutative property, exactly what he just said. That we can kind of skip over that R, all right? Commutative property says I can multiply in any order. So I can do 3.14 times 9 and then go back and divide that number by 3. 1/3 means I'm dividing that number by 3. So 3.14 times 9 divided by 3 is approximately 9.42. Faith, what do you think you're going to do next? Divide what? Yes, divide both sides by 9.42. 80 divided by 9.42. 8.5. Now that was a really long decimal, wasn't it? Okay, so we're going to leave it just 8.5. We can kind of cut it off at the 10th. Equals r squared. Bailey, do you remember how to solve for r when I have that exponent with it? I need to square root it. So if there's an exponent of 2, to undo that, the inverse is to square root it, and I approximate my answer to 2.9. All right, so so many similarities to yesterday. If you did well yesterday, you probably did okay on the lesson today. And that's everything you need to know for section 10.2.